Hello there. I'm glad and excited to see you here. My name is Jeta Opopola and I work for Taxation Associates. In Taxation Associates, we help entrepreneurs and business owners like you to build and grow their businesses through accounting, taxation, financial management, business advisory, and company secretarial services. Today, I'd like to talk to you on 5 essential accounting skills business owners need to run their businesses profitably. 5 essential accounting skills that business owners need to run their businesses profitably. Why are we talking about this? Experiences show that most business owners, small business owners, and their managers do not know or know little about accounting for their businesses, and this is making them to in fact make serious error. For instance, somebody was, of course, set up his business. He knows very well how to make shoe, and he was selling, and suddenly he discovered he could not have enough money to buy the leather again. In other words, he's been cheating himself by pricing himself so low to the extent that he cannot even continue the business. This is where accounting skills are essential for you. Today, we just discuss on those essential one. And number 1 is the basic bookkeeping. You as the business owner or manager, you need to know how accounting records and books of accounts are kept. You need to know what are the things that are involved. Bookkeeping basically is about collection, analyzing, and record transactional data. You need to know how these data are collected. How are they processed? Are we sure what they collected is the correct one? You need to know this. And you need to know what are the instruments that are used in collecting this. You know, when you sell, you should know you need to raise an invoice. If you are not raising an invoice, you are just exposing yourself to being not paid for what you have sold. So what we are talking about here is you need to know how these records are kept, and you need to know what are these records. For instance, when you sell, you issue an invoice. When somebody sells to you, the person gives you an invoice. When you want to spend on other expenses, you need to raise voucher. When you want to pay by check, you need to raise voucher. These are the things that you're supposed to know as a business owner. And it is through all these means that fraudulent activities are carried out. And another thing that you need to know is what are the controls to ensure that these records are in custody of the appropriate person, of the person who will be able to hold accountable. For instance, your invoices should not just be anywhere, because that's the instrument you use to sell, and you need to be careful about it. And you need to know whether these records are properly kept somewhere. Where are they kept? Are they safe there? Because you might want to make reference to them. So these are the little things that you as a business owners you need to know. And I've talked about the security of the records. I once had a very very nasty experience in a company. You see, the owners don't care, the managers don't care about how the records are kept. Do you know that one of the staff just went and removed unpaid invoice from the invoices? And so where they could not call the person on time to say you have not paid on this thing we supply you, because they didn't know. In fact, before they knew, it was long, and the person just told them, I have paid you. If I have not paid you, where is the invoice? Can see collusion between the staff and the customer. So that is the reason why you should you should know and be careful about the security of those documents. That's just what I want you to know about basic bookkeeping for now. Another thing that you need to know is financial statements. Well, when we talk about financial statement, we are talking about financial position, statement of financial position, formerly called balance sheet. We are talking about statement of comprehensive income, statement of income and comprehensive income. We are talking about cash flow statements. All these are essential for the running of your business. For instance, when statement of financial position is prepared for you, there are so many things you need to look at. You need to look at, is your asset properly stated? You need to look at, is your working capital? And when we are talking about working capital, we are talking about relating the trade receivable, otherwise called debtors, to trade payables, otherwise called creditors. Then looking at your banking, your bank accounts, then looking at the stock, the inventory. All these things have serious implication in running your business. And that's why you as business owner and manager, you need to pay attention to all this. And that's why I always encourage you business owners that make sure that you are generating financial statement every month. The second thing is about the income statement. Income statement lets you know how much sales you have made, what is the cost of sales, what is the gross profit. Then you now come to other overheads. And mind you, if you are not generating enough gross profit to cover those overheads, then you are not in business. So all these things are very, very important. They are important for you to look at. They are critical to taking decision in your business. Then the third one is the cash flow statement. People say cash is the lifeblood of business. Honestly, when you don't have cash, you are stranded. When a business does not have cash, the business is stranded. And that's the reason why you need to take interest in your cash flow management. Let me just say this: cash flow are always both cash inflow and cash outflow are always from three categories. Number one, your operation. From your operation, the cash you generate through the activity of your business. Number two is from investments. The investment in the sense that the money you use to invest in assets, or probably you have any fixed deposit or any other thing, the money that comes from that is investment. Then lastly, we have financing. The money you are using to finance this thing, where does it come from? That's what we mean. And let me tell you, you need to really take interest in your cash inflow and outflow. Cash inflow and outflow. Cash inflow from your sales, from your income. and it could be from loan, it could be from other sources, and cash outflow in terms of purchasing maybe goods, in terms of paying for services. So you need to take interest in it and know the movement in that area. And it's a critical area you have to really watch. And that's why it's very, very important that you take a critical look at it. Then I'd like to talk to you on taxation. Taxation is part of accounting skills that you need to have. Number one, I know so many of us, we have a negative attitude, wrong attitude towards taxation. But for your business to grow, you have to know that tax is a must. It is an instrument of the law that must be obeyed. And that's why, number one, you need to know your responsibility and duty as a taxpayer. You need to know that, as a taxpayer, you are supposed, it is your duty to pay. So you have to know that. Then you need to know what type of taxes is my business supposed to pay. What type of taxes? What type of taxes? For instance, we know that for businesses that are above the threshold of 25 million, they are to file for tax, remit for tax. We know that for all businesses, they are to deduct withholding taxes and remit it. We know that for all companies, they must file their returns. So all these things you need to know. You need to know these taxes. When am I supposed to pay on it, or when am I to file return on it? Very, very important. You need to know. Lastly, under taxation, you need to know the tax authority to which those taxes that you have identified that are supposed to be paid by you. You need to know the tax authorities that are responsible. In Nigeria, Federal Inland Revenue Service is responsible for majorly corporate taxes, while the state internal revenue services are responsible for individual and personal income tax. So you must know, and you must know this. Then lastly, among the 6 skills you're supposed to have is budgeting. Budgeting and forecasting. This is a very, very, very good skills that you need to have as a business owner. You see, budgeting and forecasting is looking into the future by using your present situation or your historical data and being able to forecast into the future. You need to know this. You need to know this so that you can plan for the next year. Then one other thing you need to know about budgeting and forecasting. Even after you have done your budget, when it is being executed, you need to watch out for what we call variance. Variance. What is making your budget to be different from what is going on? Is it positive variance or is it negative variance? That accountant call, is it favorable variance or adverse variance? And all this, you need to find reason for them so that you can know why you are in a certain position, whether to take decision to reinforce that position or to quickly run out of it. You need to know this. This is very, very important for you as business owner and as for you as business owner and managers. It's very, very important to know. So to recap, skills. The 5 essential accounting skills that you as a business owner need to run your business profitably are: 1, basic bookkeeping; 2, your financial statements; 3, cash flow; and 4, taxation. You need to watch your taxation. And lastly, budgeting and forecasting. Important to know. Accounting skills is critical to the management of any business. And let me tell you that the only instrument, the only area where performance is measured, and is measured in terms of money, is in accounting. That is why do not underrate accounting in running the affairs of your business, so that your business can grow into the future. Thank you for listening. I just want you to know, if this video helps out in any way, let us know by liking this video and leave your thoughts in the comment section. The most important thing is to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to click the bell so that you can be notified of the next video. Thank you once more for listening, and I want to encourage you, stay tuned for our next video.